seriously though, they got matching outfits on. It's super cute when y'all see it together. It's a big one.
Don't do that.
Okay, all right. It's a big one and a little one, y'all. Listen. It's gonna be cute as hell. Is what I'm trying to tell y'all. Listen.
That's how you feel?
It's gonna be cute. I see y'all wear y'all little outfit. Wear a gray one. I'm wearing a gray one too. All right. Like I like it. I'm excited about it. Clap it up right now. Chop it up. Podcast. Come on now.
Yo.
Yeah, they go the big one. They go the little one.
Don't do it.
Hey, look, this was not coordinated.
For real, it was not.
Like they say, like minds think alike, right?
Yes, sir.
How y'all feeling?
Good.
Man, it's good to see family up in here. Sebastian got his family up in here. How y'all feel about the documentary first? Love it? Girl said she love it. Mama, how you feel? Okay, cool. Well, this is the Chop It Up Talk Show, okay? We have a podcast show called Chop It Up Podcast, but this is our talk show version. So we do a lot of interviews with up-and-coming entrepreneurs, business owners, artists, just a lot of influential people in Houston. And Sebastian, before we bring him out, I just want to give you a little history. Sebastian reached out to us, what was it,
About a month ago.
About a month ago. First, let me introduce myself. My name is Darius Thompson. I go by DT. On Instagram, I'm DT Chosen. My co-host is Tcoop.
Yes, sir. And I'm the connector. The reason why I call myself a connector, because I connect with different people, and that's why we are here.
Yeah. And we are the Chop It Up Talk Show.
Yes, sir.
Y'all ready to talk? We're going to ask y'all some questions, too.
Oh, yeah, don't get too comfortable. We're going to come to the audience.
But look, so we met Sebastian about 8 or 9 months. He reached out. He came on the podcast show. And first thing that hit me when I met this unique individual, and I say that with all the greatest respect because he's unique, because a lot of people don't think like him, and a lot of people aren't doing what he's doing at his age. I was like, man, this dude here is dope. He has a lot going on. So we brought him on, and it was a connection out the gate. Very influential. He's going places. You know, it's rare when you find somebody at his age that's doing things at his capacity. And he really like doing it himself.
Like, he just really just, like, matter of fact, when I was 25 years old, I was in the streets. I'll be honest with y'all. Just be transparent. I was in the streets.
At 25, what was y'all doing?
25 now.
Look, some of y'all 25 now. Okay, yeah, we got a younger crowd. I'm a little older than y'all, that's cool. I'm to some of y'all. But look, at 25 years old, this man is doing a lot, man. I don't want to waste no more time because this is a great event. Let's stand up and give him another applause because we finna go into detail about this documentary, the art of giving, who he is, the man himself, Sebastian Sanders. Let's give him a round of applause.
Yes, sir.
He's sharp too, ain't he? He's sharp too.
Like him.
Look at the fit. Do you want to talk about the fit real quick? Or you just...
Yeah, you know how I do it.
This guy.
When it's time to do events, you know, we step. So we stepping tonight.
So you stepping.
Got them steppers on, you know. We got Roy, I think it's maroon. So, you know, we be stepping tonight. This is beautiful. You know, I get my inspiration from Ghost Star Power. So I go and see what he do.
Look, you look good, man.
Appreciate that.
Man, how do you feel?
I feel great. This is something I manifested 2 years ago when I was in Oklahoma City. You know, I stayed back for Thanksgiving 2020, and I told my mama, you know, she was calling me. She's like, "You alright? You lonely?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm good." So I was over there eating, man, and I was watching Netflix. Kevin Hart has a documentary, and it just inspired me. And I wrote it in my journal. I said, "We're gonna do a documentary when I get back to Houston." Last year I came back. It's the first thing I did the documentary, and I feel great. It's a good nervous. I'm usually not nervous when I hit the stage,
right? But
today was like I'm opening up a side of me that people never got. You know, I'm being more vulnerable. You know, I think everybody gets to see the business, but they don't really get to see the person behind it. So today, I opened up a new phase of life, and I feel great. I'm blessed. I'm honored. I feel good, man. I don't know how many times I gotta say it. I feel good.
I'm glad you feel good. You should feel good. This is an accomplishment. When y'all say this is an accomplishment, absolutely. Big Lotto, huh?
Yeah.
Right?
Big.
Yeah.
Real big.
Yeah.
Look,
You see it?
you said something. You just said something. A couple years ago, you manifested this. Let's go into that because I'm big on manifesting. I believe the laws of attraction. I read too. Yes, I'm a scholar as well. You know, the laws of attraction, you think about things that you want to foresee in the future or that you want to do. So let's talk about that manifestation phase when you was like, you know what, this is what I want to do. And that was prior to, because everybody can't grasp that. Let's go into that.
Yeah, you know, I think it started for me middle school, and that's what the documentary showed. Like my whole life, like I've always felt like God kind of gave me a special ability to lead. You know, I've been leading since I was in elementary. Like I used to go and read to first graders as a kindergarten. I remember Miss, what's her name, Granny? Oh, she went outside. Miss Junior Howski was my teacher name at Dulles Elementary. And she always told me, like, you're going to be a leader. And so when the teacher installs that into you as a young man, it just stays with you. So my whole life, you know, I always said I want to do certain things. I'm the type of person, like, when I say I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. Because I see it. That's why I always say, do you see it, do you believe it? Because everything I see, I believe in. And if I can vision it in my head, I'm going to go after it and get it. And I think about it, the life that you're living now is the same life that you manifested 10 years ago. So when I was, you know, doing what I do in high school, this is the same stuff that I envisioned, you know, that I'm doing today. So it's just about going out there and execute. We can dream all day, we can sleep all day. But you ain't got time to keep playing. You gotta go out there and chase your dreams. Because at the same time, the more time you waste, there's a younger person behind you who's coming up, who's gonna do what they say they're gonna do while you wasting time. And I never want to be the person to say, damn, I should have did this, damn, I should have did that. While God gave me the strength and the ability to keep going, I'm 25, I got all the energy in the world. I'm gonna get out here and do any and everything that I can to chase my dreams and make change for myself and for my family.
Yeah, that way. You know what I'm saying? I like that. And you talk fast too, man.
I used to rap like that.
I thought I talked fast.
I thought Coop talk fast.
I talk fast.
Y'all should have a fast competition or something.
Let's do it.
That come from me rapping though. And I used to be a rapper before this.
Yeah. We don't want to go there, but it was a nice run. It was a nice run. Did y'all? How many grabbed this mixtape? Or what'd you have? A mixtape?
Nah, it was a song. It was called Slaves. So really, the song that you hear in the background, that's the instrumental that I bought a few years ago. So I thought the song was live, but Billy and Leslie said nah. So I was like, no, we're gonna do something else.
Who else heard it?
Hey, who else heard it?
Elvis heard it.
Can we hear the hook?
Bro, big bro, what you thought? It was alright. That's okay.
Can we hear the hook?
Yeah, spitball, you on first.
Oh no, I can't do that. They gonna cancel me if I do that. Oh, all right. I ain't do it. Gonna cancel me.
Event over? If you spit one?
Yeah, it'll be over if I do that.
Oh, look. So for those who haven't met you, let's go with who is Sebastian Sanders? You know, we asked you that on the podcast show, but since we're here, let's ask that question again for those who don't know.
Yeah, Sebastian Sanders. I'm a global nonprofit executive director at Sanders in Ghana, youth motivational speaker. I've been traveling the world for the past 5 years, speaking to youth, educating them on financial literacy and business. So my biggest thing is cultivate business and community. You know, I come from a background in business, but I also love community. So what I do best is I cultivate the two and I bring people together. So philanthropy, business development has always been my niche. I'm a graduate from the University of Texas at San Antonio, 25 years old. And we only getting started. I feel like I haven't hit my prime yet, so I'm excited to see what God has next for me.
Quick question. How many times
Talk your shit.
How many times you practice that?
Man, I do it so much, you know, it's kind of like second nature now. You know, you got to do the networking, videos, all that, so it gets better every time, I think.
Because how many times you practice that? Because some people can't get on the first try. They have to stutter or, you know.
He damn sure got it down. I tell you that.
Like, straight to the point.
Hey, for real.
That part.
Straight up, man. But look, man, so with this documentary, man, a lot of people don't understand what happens when you're doing a documentary. Because with a documentary, you really got to go into self, right? You're analyzing your life, where you come from, the good, the bad. Sometimes you got to bring some things out of the closet because you're going in depth about you as a person, where you come from, and what you're trying to do, right? Let's go into that. Let's give the people a little bit about the process of realizing, like, you know what, I'm finna do this documentary, and what did you have to encounter? What did you have to say, you know what, I'm finna put this out there?
Wow, that's a good question. I think the biggest thing is, you know, just telling yourself, like, I gotta show them the other side, because social media is cap. You know, I can show you what it looks like, but at the same time, I'm not gonna show you my failures and the struggles. So a lot of people gotta come to terms of, like, you gotta be real with yourself. And I pride myself on being real because I work with kids. kids can tell a fake person from a real person as soon as you walk in the room.
Oh, yes, they can.
You know, so I try my best to be super authentic when being me, because at the end of the day, like I said, they pay you to be you. I can't get over here and be somebody that I'm not, you know. And so I learned that early in my career, just be you. And so with this documentary, I wanted it to be me. You know, I didn't want it to be supernatural. I wanted it to be funny. I wanted it to be who I am as a person, but also take it to somewhere where people never been before. I don't think people ever knew why I really grew up or knew how I came up. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what I wanted to do with the documentary. And at first, I wanted to do a big documentary, go to UTSA, Oklahoma, but I realized, like, at the end of the day, let's split it up, because each of those sections were different phases of my life. The boy I was, 5-10 years ago, that's not the same dude that was at UTSA. That's not the same dude that was in Oklahoma City. So I had to really sit down and plan, like, how we gonna do this? Let's be strategic on who's gonna be in it, and let's be strategic on what we want to show the people, because each phase of my life is different. And so that's what we did with the documentary. I planned it for about a few months. Got the execution, got my videographer in it, and we did it. We did it all in one day too. So knocked it out in one day.
Man, I commend you, because you did unveil some things. Everybody's not gonna let people know they were called stank. Growing up, there ain't nothing wrong with that, Grandma. Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's your baby. That's your baby. But stank is not a name that you gonna tell the ladies when you I'm gonna call you stank. I can imagine you on the phone, stank.
Yeah,
I mean, who is stank? I don't know who she called. I'm gonna call you right back. For real.
I remember them days.
And Mouse. Everybody not gonna admit that. Like Mouse, hey, cute mouse though, but a mouse. Mouse. A mouse is not something you want in your house. It's just, I don't think you think a mouse like a pet. You just like, get it out of here. But you opened up. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. So you're always premeditating. I could tell. You kind of futuristic. You're probably thinking now about the next event. Right as we sitting right here, you got in the freeway, got home, you already at home in your PJs thinking about, okay, next. But with this documentary, what does it lead to? Like, is there a prequel?
Yeah, the second part, we're going to San Antonio. So next year, we're going to start production, we're going to San Antonio.
Okay.
We're going to go back to college, and we're going to shoot, my UTSA life. We're going to go back to them days where I was really figuring everything out. Because in college, I feel like you finding yourself. And so that's where we're going to go back and show a whole new version of Sebastian. So that's next year. Then after that, I'm going to go to Oklahoma City, and I'm going to do the third part. And I'm going to go, show my life in Oklahoma City.
Hey, that's what's up. Because a lot of people don't understand the lifestyle of a college freshman when you first enter in college. Especially, what?
We got some stories you can't tell nobody.
See, I went to Sam Houston State, so anybody from Sam?
Shout out.
Hey, Bearcat. There you go. I don't know what the Bearcat is, but we was one of them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. But definitely college. That's a whole nother story, and I can't wait for that documentary. That's something different.
The college one gonna be a little. It's gonna be a little interesting. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Mama and Grandma gonna be invited to them.
I can't have them on that one. I ain't gonna lie. They ain't gonna like what they see when we go to college.
Y'all get ready.
When you leave,
got some story.
You call him and ask him what the hell was he doing that he don't want you to see he was doing in college.
Come on, Sam.
Right?
What you say?
Come on, Sam.
Yeah, man. But look, definitely, is there anything like, for those individuals who go through life and they're kind of like, cause you have this spirit and this poise about you, like, you don't let things slow you down. I don't know, from your documentary, you have a well upbringing. You were raised very well. But the one thing that I want to know is, when things happen in life that you can't control, whatever the case may be, that can bring on depression. A lot of people fight with all kind of downfalls in life. Is there any advice that you can give them on how to keep moving forward and focus on the goal at hand? Because I can only imagine the downfalls and things that you probably had to go to accomplish what you've done so far. So any words of encouragement for those individuals who may find themselves lost in this world sometimes?
Yeah, that's a powerful question. That's actually what the next book is about. So my next book is coming out in November. It's called When Boys Cry. So this is a hip-hop literature.
Say that again.
When Boys Cry.
That's deep. When Boys Cry. I like it.
Yeah, it's going to be, it's hip-hop literature. So I'm taking songs that resonate with black culture, and I'm telling you a story from a young boy's perspective. So it's about a young boy. He grew up in a home where his mom is there, but she's not there at the same time. Daddy in jail, brother in jail. He's in the inner city. He's going through a lot of poverty and racism, but music is his escape. So each song that's listed in there, it resonates with the culture. So we got, I think it's a Run DMC. What's the name of that song? I can't think. It's an old song, but I can't think of the name of it. We got some Tupac in there for sure. You know, we got White Man's World is one of the songs that I use. We got Crazy by Tupac. We got 50 Cent, Don't Push Me, you know what I'm saying?
So these are songs that's already out.
Yeah, these are songs.
These aren't your songs. These are songs.
I wanted to be.
That's good. I like the way you're going with that.
That's not my song. So,
very smart, very smart.
But back to your question though, you know, that when life knocks you down, it's about how you get up. And a lot of times, you know, and this kind of goes into the next phase of me, you know, the Oklahoma City and the San Antonio documentary is going to show some setbacks. Because you look at my success, but you really don't see the setbacks, you know what I'm saying? So I really want to show people, especially the kids, because they look at me like, how you perfect? Nah, man, I'm far from perfect, but I took a lot of L's to get to be the man that I am today. Yeah. And so the thing about it is, you got to figure out what you're doing it for. Because life gonna knock you down, and it's easy to stay down when you ain't got a why or a reason to get up. You know, when I'm down and out, when I'm like getting up, I think about my granny, my brother, you know what I'm saying, my daddy, my mom. I think about the family that's around me. If I stop being the man that I am today, that's gonna stop putting a smile on their face, you know what I'm saying? And so I live for them. At the end of the day, you gotta live for other people. I think a lot of times we selfish with our gift. A lot of us, we want our gift for ourselves. But at the same time, man, it's 1,000 or millions of people that lives is waiting on you to change. But you being lazy with your gift. So each and every day that I wake up, you know, I'm trying to see how can I inspire and change the world. And that's why when I work with youth, it's so important that they get to know who I am as a man. And so this next book is gonna really, really open up some doors in our culture, because a lot of times you're not taught to cry as a boy. You taught to cry, oh, you a peon, or you know what I'm saying?
Are you soft?
You know, you boys don't cry.
Square.
Yeah, you know, and so it's okay for boys to cry. Sometimes you gotta cry. So this next book, man, it's gonna be real deep. It's gonna cut, but it's gonna really open up a conversation for our culture, and it's really gonna show people like when life knocks you down, how do you get up?
Man, give a round of applause for that.
I got more to do.
Yeah.
Get up and speak for that.
Well, if you was preaching, I'd scream.
Come on now.
That's
For real. Because that is something that we don't talk about a lot. And you know, growing up in you know, in our environment, especially being a young black man out here, man, we gotta own up to some of the things that it's okay to be hurt. It's okay to cry. It's okay to be in your feelings about certain things, because that's something that a lot of people tell us not to do. And we harbor those feelings, and it ends up being a problem for us as we get older, because now we got these issues that we don't know how to deal with, because we've been masking stuff for so long. Oh, I can't cry, so I'm gonna hold all this in. Next thing you know, you're 30-some years old and you're stressed out and you're beating on people and you don't know why. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I commend you for that. Man, you sharp.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, straight up.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, so I have a question for the audience real quick. How many of y'all have a purpose? Just raise your hand. A purpose. All right.
Look at that.
So, the question I have for you, how do you discover your purpose?
Man, I think my whole life, I think it was there, but I didn't really know what it was until I became a rapper. And I love telling that story because
Here we go again.
Yeah. I keep telling that. But you know, in all honesty, man, like when I was going through that phase of rapping and trying to be a rapper and failing at it, you know what I'm saying? I don't really look at it like, you know, it's an L, but it's also a dub, because I found my voice. When I was rapping and writing songs, I learned how to write a book 6 months later. When I was rapping on the microphone doing podcasts, I was able to go and speak to thousands of kids. So I think my purpose has always been in front of me, you know, but you can't keep running from it. And God kept throwing it in my face. And I think a lot of times for a person that's looking for their purpose, you really ain't gotta look too far, because it's really right around you, but you gotta look deeper in yourself. You know what I'm saying? And the thing that makes you happy, that you want to wake up and do each and every day, even if you get paid for it, if you're not, that's your purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like when I wake up, and I was in college, you know, going to speak to kids at 5 o'clock in the morning. Me and Billy getting up, we're going straight to a school, and then we got to go to our own classes later on in the day. But I was so happy in doing it, and that's when I knew that was my God-given purpose. And from that day on, I said, man, whatever I got to do that each and every day, that's what we're going to do.
Yeah, that's kind of like success, you know, in your own self, because I feel like success is when you're doing something that you want to do, getting paid for it, but at the same time, you're happy doing it. You know, you're successful. Teachers are successful. Whatever profession you is, I'm just give y'all, whatever profession you're doing that you wanted to do, it ain't about the world. It ain't about what you got. It's if you're happy doing it and you're getting paid to do it, you are successful. I don't care what the world might make you think or try to force you to think, because that's the problem too. We put these high measures on success, and if you don't reach that level in life, you feel like you accomplished a lot of things, don't fall into that. Whatever you doing, if you're happy doing it, keep doing it, and you're successful. All right? Look, hey, I'm trying to tell him something. Look, so Sebastian, man, look, with everything that you do, like with all the people you've touched, like, what's next for you?
That's a good question. We got a lot of things coming out, but what I'm about to say next is probably something I've been holding dear to myself. And this is my first time announcing this in public, you know what I'm saying? So y'all ready for this? Little phones, you know what I'm saying? Get ready, but next year, the biggest thing for me next year is I'm running for 85's Independent School District Board of Directors, Board of Trustees.
Hold up!
So
you already got my phone.
So
wait, say that one more time.
Next year, November 2023, I'll be running for the 80th Independent School District Board of Trustees, positions 1, 2, or 3. There's 3 positions opening up next year. It's time we take that fight from the streets that we're doing on the ground. We're gonna take it to the office where they really make decisions. And it's time to integrate, what we're doing with the people that make decisions. Because if you look at the people that's on the board now, no disrespect, but them kids don't know who those people is. The teachers don't even know who those people make decisions is. So it's time I bridge that connection. I really fight for change. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
take it up.
Yeah. Let's go. Cause you right. Let's get some youth up in there. Cause you know what's going on. Man, look, what do we need to do when you make that decision final and you doing it? What do we need to do to assist you, to help you?
It's a few things, definitely, share it, but I need people on the ground. We knocking on doors, Okay. It's not a political campaign, but I'm gonna treat it as such. We getting right to the grit of A-Leaf. I'm knocking on doors, I'm handing out cards, but I'm sitting down with the parents, you know what I'm saying? I wanna sit down with everybody. So everybody that come from where we come from, let's come together and let's really get out there to the streets and let this be known because this is history, you know what I'm saying? I might be the youngest person to even run for this position, might be the youngest black male, and we're gonna do it. If I say I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it, and we're gonna run next year, and we're gonna make it a really good campaign, and we're gonna fight for them kids. It hurt my heart when we had our back to school drive a few weeks ago, and there was a teacher there, and she was like, man, can I bring my kids here for a field trip? They don't get to see opportunities like this. But A-Leaf Independent, they always throwing around, we do it, we have the most money. What are the resources at?
Yeah.
These kids don't even see them resources, you know what I'm saying? And so we have so many relationships that are so distant. Kids don't even know who the board of trustees is. Sometimes they don't even know who the superintendent is. How can you sit at the top and make decisions for kids when you've never been at the bottom? I've been at the bottom with them kids. I've been in the trenches with them kids. I've been fighting for them since 2017. I was a damn kid myself fighting kids. So it's like, man, let's go take that fight to where the decisions are being made. And so we're gonna shake the table. They may not like the age, they may not like it, but you gotta deal with it because we come with a strength that they never seen before. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna go hard. So we're running this next year.
Hey, on behalf of State Motivated Entertainment and the Chocolate Talk Show, you have us. If you need sponsorship, if you need anything as far as endorsements, you need some soldiers on the ground, get with me, get with Tcoop. We can help you out because we all about the community and we all about what you talking about right there. If you gotta shake that table, shake it, knock that mug over, take the tablecloth off it, throw plates on the ground, whatever you gotta do to make some change, man, we here for you.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
Look, so I know everybody in here almost know you personally, right? Pretty much. Is there anything, because we're going to ask y'all a few questions. We want y'all to ask a question if y'all have any right now. We're going to open the floor for anybody in the audience that wants to ask Sebastian a question. Just try to keep it down to a minute or two.
Yeah.
We have a question.
You got a question? I'm going to see you.
We got a question right here.
You go.
You want to go first? Who want to go first?
Oh, no, you go.
Right there.
Right there, cool. Right there. Mr. Brown.
Right over there?
Look, I know him. That's Mr. Brown right there.
Yes, how you doing? It's good to be here. I want to ask you, as a person myself, is trying to do a documentary myself on mental health and homeless. What are some of the ups and downs that you go through during that process?
That's a great question. First off, hats off to you. That's beautiful. Mental health is big where we come from, so that's important. The biggest struggle is finding a team within budget because somebody will try to charge you $5,000, $10,000, but there's people out here who do quality work for a really, really good price. So it's always about getting a creative team together. They got to see your vision. a lot of times creatives, they want to do stuff, but it may not necessarily resonate with what you want. So figure out exactly the mimic that you want to go with it and try to copy that and find a creative person who's willing to work with you with the budget. The next thing after that is marketing. The biggest thing with a documentary is you can do a show like this, but you also want to be able to market it afterwards for people who wasn't able to make it. So you have to figure out a plan. Do I want to put this on a DVD, Amazon Prime? Do I want to, get this on YouTube for free? There's so many different things that you can do with the documentary process, but it takes a lot of planning. So I would say give yourself a good 3 to 6 months to get the operations together, and then go and film. After you film, you can't stop marketing it. You gotta push it out to as many people as you can. So if that means spamming it everywhere for everybody want to see, that means do so. And then you want to get some partnerships, because if you want to do mental health, you probably want to take that to a boys and girls home, foster care home, maybe even some schools, so they can play that as a visual for the kids. So those are things you can do, after you create the documentary. But I love to support and help in any way I can.
Yeah, I've talked to a lot of people in mental health for interviews and stuff like that. I've already scored the documentary. It's just getting, like you said, getting grants or whatever that I'm trying to get you to make it. I want to make it something that's really meaningful, something that's knowledgeable, to bring out the really ups and downs in the plight of homelessness and mental health.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, we'll connect. We'll see what we can do together.
Definitely. That was a great question too.
That was a good question. I need to hear it myself.
Real talk. Anybody else?
Anybody else got a question?
You got one?
I'm gonna come
Right in the hoodie.
He can't walk faster.
Look here.
Yeah, what's good, Sebastian?
Good, bro.
I was just wondering, what does it look like building an effective team, an efficient team? You know what I mean?
Man, that's a proper question.
Yeah.
I done been through so many teams, if you follow me. I done had so many different people work with me. But the biggest thing is, I never forget, my mentor told me this. She was like, when you're building a team, find people who do what you need very well, but they don't necessarily have to like you. And when I built my first team, I wanted everybody around me to really like Sebastian as a person, but I needed people around me who really didn't care about me, but they really cared about the mission, because they gonna stay longer. People that love you, they gonna be around, but at the same time, they heart not in it. You know what I'm saying? So, and I found it working with kids. Like, I don't want you around if you don't like kids, because you're not gonna be around me with bad energy with these kids. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause it's gonna mess up everything that we doing. So, building an efficient team, man, you gonna run through a lot of people, but you gotta find like-minded people. And I think the best people for your team come from outsiders. Me and you can get on the team, but we know each other. We're gonna play around, we're gonna cut corners. But if you go and get little Sally down the street who don't know you, she gonna come in and wanna do everything the right way versus trying to cut the corner. So building an efficient team, it takes time. But a lot of times, man, it's really just about networking. It's not about what you know, sometimes it's about who you know. So a lot of places that I got is because I talk to people, whether that's on LinkedIn, whether it's on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, put yourself out there, because the biggest thing is you miss all the shots you don't take. And so I'm shooting every day. I'm shooting like I have 200 followers on Instagram. I'm shooting DMs, I'm sliding, I'm trying to get everybody's conversation and everybody's information so we can come together. There's strength in numbers. And as black people, sometimes we always try to do stuff on our own. Like, nah, I don't need a crew, I don't need a team. But man, sometimes you need a team. So find the right people around you, bro. It'll take you to new levels.
Much appreciated.
Yes, sir.
Hey, and he actually telling facts about that, because that's how we met. We didn't know Sebastian
At all.
prior to him reaching out to us, on Instagram. And we go through a lot of DMs and, Coop, sometimes it's like, ah, man, he's bull. It's how he doing? Oh, another rapper. Ain't rapping. You know what I'm saying? So you start filtering out people, but that works. Be genuine with people. He was genuine and very professional, and it made us want to link up with him. And here we are today. So definitely, he's spitting facts on that. Any other questions?
Any more questions? Somebody hand raised.
We can do one
Don't be
more.
scared now.
All right, then.
Okay, we're gonna make this the last one.
There it is.
That's like over there.
Come on,
You
sweater.
didn't talk about this in the documentary, but I really want to know what your rap name was.
Mouse the rapper.
Man, my rap name was Bello Money. So my nickname, the homies call me Bello. And so my name
Say it one more time.
Bello Money.
Bella Money?
Ballo Money?
Bello Money. So my first song was called Slaves. And I was gonna start a record label. It was gonna be called Knockout Boys. I'm in love with Death Row, so I really trying to make everything about Death Row. I was gonna be Suge Knight. Alonzo's gonna be Tupac. You know what I'm saying? I was gonna do a whole record label. I had a whole planned out. And I took that stuff serious, man. I bought the instrumental off YouTube. I played it every night. Liz used to get so pissed off. Dude, go to sleep, damn. But you know what I'm saying? I put my all into it. But that was me, man. Bello, when I really took it serious. I had a chain that said Bello and everything. I had the Mason Margellas. I was going to school looking like a Bigo. I really was trying to rap, man, but it didn't work out. But it is what it is, and you know, we actually have a soundtrack that's gonna follow the documentary. I'm not rapping, but I'm motivational speaking over songs, so it's gonna be powerful. It's gonna be big.
That's what's up.
Yeah, it's gonna be dope. I can't wait for that.
Let me ask one question.
I think we got two. That's cool.
Okay. Oh, my bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, this is just real quick.
Yeah.
Because a part of manifestation is you have to be able to see it, right? Sometimes it's easy to see things that you see, like on social media and that sort of thing. How do you dream? How do you dream outside of the things the tangible things that you can actually physically see in front of you? And it's like, I want it to be bigger than this. Like, when did you find out about the aspect of like dreaming beyond the things that you see?
Oh, that's a great question.
That's a good question.
You deep.
Yeah, that's a deep one, but I gotta think about it.
Come on.
I think every day you wake up, you're dreaming, and as a young person, sometimes they say, "Oh, you dreaming too big." When you hit that first milestone, or you do that first project, and you realize like this ain't a dream, this is reality. That's when it hit home for me, and that's when I realized like I ain't dreaming no more. This is my reality, and I never forget when I hit the stage for my first time at San Antonio. I think Billy was with me. We had 1,000 kids in there, and I used to be like, man, I'm gonna do 30 kids, you know. But I had 1,000 kids, and I used to dream about that, and I was only 3 months into speaking. And I was like, nah, bro, this ain't dreaming, this is reality. So each and every day, I try to put myself in position for them dreams to manifest and come true. And I write everything down. So I journal a lot. Like you go to my house, I got like 6 notebooks, you know, and I write a lot, I journal a lot, and I see stuff for myself. Like right now, we in 2021. We in 2022, my bad.
You saw this on head.
Yeah. Yeah.
So far.
Yeah, I move fast. My teacher used to call me Captain ADD, so I move fast. But I'm already looking at 2023 and 2024. Like I'm looking ahead, and I think the thing about dreaming, sometimes you gotta stay ahead, because if you stay behind, you get left behind, and you're not gonna leave me behind. So I'm trying to stay ahead of the game best way I can.
I love it.
I like that.
Hello. Okay, I don't have a question. I do have a comment though.
That popcorn hitting, but go ahead.
I actually didn't try, but I heard great reviews about it.
Okay.
I just wanted to express gratitude and bring emphasis to God is going to have you exactly where He needs you to be at all times. Me and you have not connected since we left each other in middle school, and I don't know how long ago. He put it on my heart to volunteer at this event for multiple reasons. I'm starting my own podcast also. I have started it, but I've started small. Instagram because of funding and things like that, but I just have kind of watered down my dreams because it's not how I would like it to be. But seeing you do this, and we were, you know, always at the same pace in life and stuff like that, in the same rooms, it just gave me a lot of hope and just emphasizing faith in God by showing that it's a process and how it's possible for anybody. So it gave me worlds of hope and aspirations for what I can do. And this will not be the last time y'all hear or see from me, and I would love to network with you guys or just get any info on up and coming podcasts. So this is a great and beautiful experience, and I just want to thank you for allowing me to volunteer.
Thank you.
Get their roses to their 50. You 25, get roses.
25 years old.
That's what I'm talking about. But yeah, hey, we definitely will connect with you after this to get your information, because we are all about that, especially at with Chop Little Talk Show and Stay Motivated Entertainment. We do help podcast shows and people who are actually interested in starting a podcast platform, instruct you on how to do it the right way. So we'll definitely reach out to you. Look at God working. What he doing? What he doing? Yes, Lord.
Come on now.
Okay. Look, so I think that's it for all the questions. Everybody knows you personally, so I would say how can they get in contact with you, but they probably got your phone number.
Yeah, well, I don't know if they got a phone number, but you already know what it is. At Sanders Hand Org on Instagram, at Sanders Hand Ghana. Visit the website, go and get your copies of the book. If you want to volunteer and get on the street team when we start this campaign, most definitely do so. Once again, I really appreciate everybody for being here. The weather's the weather, but y'all being here means a lot to me more than anything. So this is just the beginning. Like I said, we got part 2 next year, part 3 coming after that. The documentary, the soundtrack is coming out next. So be on the lookout for that. We got the next book. We're not gonna stop. September 24th, my kids in Ghana is opening up the computer lab. So we got that coming out.
In Ghana.
Yeah, Ghana, Africa,
See,
you know.
you going to Ghana? Most people ain't been to San Antonio. When you talking about Ghana, that's what. See, come on now, come on, somebody. Look,
You see it.
let's give this man a round of applause. Thank y'all. Look, don't let this be the last time y'all support this man. I can just feel the energy in the room. I know y'all know him very personally, and a lot of y'all are here because y'all love him and y'all have respect for him. And it shows a lot because it was a damn hurricane outside on the way here to get here. It was raining cats and dogs, literally. Like, for real. And y'all still showed up looking good, might I add, and watched the whole documentary and everything. So big hats out to everybody in the crowd and all y'all for supporting this young man and coming through the rainstorm, man, for real. Because y'all know Houston flood bad. Right? Now, we don't know what it's going to look like on y'all way home, but we pray everybody get back home safely, you know.
Hold on. We outside tonight with my crew. Billy, Diamante, Jamais, we outside.
Oh, we outside?
That's how we doing it.
We outside.
What we doing?
Hey, where we going, bro?
What we doing?
Home?
I think the old people going home.
Netflix.
Not the old people.
Hey, we outside tonight, man. It's a celebration. It's a success.
Oh, y'all ain't want us to know. Ain't nobody say nothing about where we going. Okay.
Hey, I gotta hear Billy for the address, man.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
We're gonna talk after the show.
I appreciate y'all, man.
Great boys. I love it.
It's a blessing. Thank y'all so much for being here. I'm gonna get some pictures with y'all, talk to y'all, chop it up before I get out of here. I gotta go speak to my mom and my granny first.
There it is,
I love
man.
you.
Thank y'all for coming out.
All right.